I had the very best week of trading in my entire life. I made life-changing amounts of money last week. Did you? If you followed the Outlier 9 template that I showed you last week, you may have been in the same boat as me. If not, I'm really sorry to tell you, you missed out. You missed out bigly. Now, we're going to go through that Outlier 9 trend template real quick. Then we're going to go through all the trades that I put on, and I'll show you exactly where I got in, where I got out, and why I got in and why I got out. And because of this, I made a life-changing amount of money last week. And it's not on accident. It's by following the plan by design. And you can do this too. I'm going to show you everything. You can do this too. So let's start with this. The Outlier 9. It's 9 itty bitty baby steps. Okay. You can do 9 itty bitty baby steps. Just like you can remember a 10-digit phone number, you can remember the 9 itty bitty baby steps. The market, trend, signal, and breadth. The sector, fear and greed, and breadth. And then the stocks, trend, signal, fear and greed, and then outlier blocks. Okay. Now, 40% of the move on every stock is due to the market. 30% of the move is due to the stock sector itself. And then the stock, the last bit of it is only the last 30%. So 70% of the move of your stock is outside of the control of the stock itself, only the last 30%. So remember, this is the 9 itty bitty baby steps, the Outlier 9 that I want to show you. So let's start with the market. So if we go to the SPY, we're going to look for the market trend. And this is going to take us 1.1 seconds. Are you ready? It's really that simple. The Outlier 9 is that simple. I'm telling you it is. So we look here, we see the green overlay. The green overlay means the 10-period EMA is over the 20-period EMA and price is over the 50-period EMA. So the trend template is lit up and we make it green so it's easy to see. Next, we have a buy signal on the market. So just like that, we can see we have a positive trend with a bullish buy signal. And then let's pop open market breadth. And when I started putting trades on, that was Friday last week, when we had this crossover. We had this crossover right here. We had this bullish crossover right here. I made more money in the last week than I did for ages in a single week. So in this week, we had a positive trend, we had a bullish buy signal, and then we had bullish breadth. Next, for the sectors, I'll show you the individual stocks, and then we'll look at the sectors inside of those stock pages here. So let's start with, which one are we going to start with here? Etsy. Etsy, I didn't make that much money on. That's okay. I had the green overlay, bullish trend template, then a buy signal, and then the sector breadth was positive. The sector breadth was positive. The sector fear and greed was growing, and then the stocks fear and greed was growing. So we have everything right here. All 8 of these, we know they were bullish. Lastly is the outlier blocks over here on Etsy. I'll show you where I got in and where I got out. I got in this candle right here that's marked on May 9th, and I got out yesterday on May 15th. And it was really a scratch, honestly. It wasn't much of anything. Now, receipts for all of this are on YouTube. Every single trade that I put on is on YouTube. You can see everything that I did in this last week on YouTube for free. There is no paywall to find the trades that I make. No paywall whatsoever. So that was Etsy. That one was kind of flat, but that's all right. Let's go to the next one. Apple. This one was my one loser for the week. I had a buy signal, a green overlay. The stock was getting less fearful. The sector was getting more greedy, and the sector trend on the breadth was still bullish. Going to the Apple chart, I actually got out yesterday because I thought it was going to close under the 50 period. It ended up not closing under the 50 period. I would actually still be holding it right now had that not happened, but no big deal. Moving on. Pretty, very, very small loser. Now, next was SMCI. So I bought SMCI here on this giant gap up. This is on May 14th. The sector getting more greedy. The sector still not having a bearish crossover on the breadth. The stock getting more greedy. Now, SMCI is a great learning example here of why you shouldn't be afraid of gaps. Let me move this over because this is where I got in. Now, this is what I call a gap and go. Going at the low of this candle and seeing if it closes under that candle. That would be a gap and crap. In this case, it gapped up, came down a smidge, and is back up 5% today. All right, so I didn't buy it down here. I bought it up here. All right, I bought it up here. Now you're probably thinking, that's crazy. I could never buy it so high. Why not? You want to be buying stocks as they're crashing up. not buying stocks as they're crashing down, right? So let's look at SMCI as another example. Buying it as it's crashing up, not buying it as it's crashing down. That's what we're doing on this side right here. And I don't know what I'm going to get out, but I'm still holding SMCI as of right now. Let's go to the next one. Close a couple tabs here. Palantir. Palantir, I made so much money on this week. It's unbelievable. May 12th, of a buy signal, green overlay, getting more bullish, the sector getting more bullish, and still positive breadth. Going to Palantir. Let me show you what I did. This was awesome. So I just got out of Palantir. This is Friday afternoon. I just got out of Palantir today. So I bought it here at 118.35. I rolled it once, one giant roll. When I rolled up my options, which the videos on YouTube, how I did it and why I did it, go watch that. Go look at my history and you'll see how I talked about a risk-free trade in Palantir. When I rolled this up from here to here, I had zero risk on the trade. I bought it for 1107, I believe. Hang on. I got the details on my other screen. Hang on. I bought it for 1170. There it is. I bought it for 1170. When I rolled up the trade, I got a credit, immediate credit of 1237. So I get to keep the difference between 1170 and 1237. That is a guaranteed profit trade. And then I still keep the new option that I rolled it to. And only now did I close it. So my total profit on Palantir this week was 74.08%. Let me type that out so you hear what I'm saying here. I made 74.08% in Palantir in 5 days. Right? I didn't have to hold it through any crash. I didn't have to hold it for ages. In 5 days, I made 74% as it ran up. Let's go to the next one. Now, this is all on YouTube. All the receipts are there. You can go watch it. GM, buy signal here on May 9th. Green overlay, getting more greedy in the sector. The breadth was great. Let's go to GM. I just closed this one today. Close this one here. Also rolled it up. My total profits in GM this week were 49.43% in a boring ass stock like GM. In how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. 6 days. Bought it here on Friday, sold it here on Friday. Just like that. 49% in 6 days. Next, Robinhood. This one was crazy. Buy signal came on, what day was that? May 8th. Getting more greedy. The sector's getting more greedy. Breadth was fine. Looking at Robinhood, we can see this here. I got out. What date did I get out? Hang on 2 seconds here while I check the date that I got out. I got out on May 13th. So 2 days ago. Here, I got out on this candle. I got out on this candle right here. And I made, how much did I make this? 96.93% gain in 1, 2, 3 days. 3 days. 96% gain in 3 days. And I'm not done yet. Lastly is Datadog. Buy signal May 8th, going up. The stock itself getting less fearful, more greedy. The sector more greedy, less fearful. Sector breadth was fine. So you just saw me go through all of the Outlier 9. And then right here on Datadog, I made, okay, that's where I got out at the top. Look at that. I got out on Datadog with a 106.79% gain in 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. Hit the top, by the way. Now, this is not for me to brag. This is for me to show you the power of the Outlier 9. And I'm telling you, you can do this. You can do exactly what I just did. But it takes time. It takes patience. And I know that you watched me for weeks and weeks saying, this guy, Chris, he never trades. He's full of crap. He's just criticizing everybody. He doesn't do anything. In the span of 1 week, I made 32% on my account. I grew my entire account by 32. Here, I'll show you the account. 32.72% in the span of 1 week. This is how trading is done. Nothing happening for a long time. Everything lights up at once. Boom. Average win 45%. Win rate 67%. Right? Small January, small February, tiny loss in March, nothing in April, giant May. This is how trading is done. Now, the hard part is sitting in cash and not messing up. So listen, if you are ready to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk, head on over to outlier.com. Over at outlier.com, you can get the annual pass for just 82 cents a day. And I'm telling you right now, one of those trades would have paid for decades of Outlier, and it costs 82 cents a day. So go grab Outlier. The only way you can do the Outlier 9, the analysis, the pro level analysis that I just showed you, is with Outlier. You cannot do this elsewise. So head on over to Outlier, pick up the annual pass for just 82 cents a day. If you're on the monthly plan, click the button right here to save 64%. That makes it, what does it make it? Like $25-ish a month, give or take. It's unbelievably inexpensive to get this pro level of analysis that just paid me life-changing amounts of money in the span of 1 week. But the hard part is not doing anything in the meantime. The incredibly hard part is not doing anything in the meantime. So listen, if you don't believe me, the receipts are on YouTube. Every single entry, every single exit, and I encourage you to go watch those. And I also encourage you to click one of these 2 videos, but only if you're ready to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk. I'll see you on Monday. We'll talk soon.